Ragsdale, broker, CEO of Platinum Real Estate. And you're getting ready to watch a very powerful video that we just produced with one of my preferred partners, Miss Tamara Birch, with Guaranteed Mortgage. And we're going to talk about kind of the priorities when it comes to lending. Because right now we have a huge seller's market. What's a seller's market? Well, we have a lot of buyers and very little inventory. Very few houses are on the market. So when we list a house, sometimes we receive 5, 10, 20 offers on that house. Sometimes full price offers. Sometimes offers more than full price. And sometimes there's so many offers because of a seller's market, right? It's so much competition. So I invited in Tamara Birch because I said, look, let's talk about the ranking, right? What's the most important mortgage right now, and and why? So, for instance, the difference between financing and cash is cash. Right now in the seller's market, cash is king. Period. Plain and simple. Cash is king. What do I mean? Well, when you submit an offer, and let's say I'm the seller, and there's very few houses out there, and there's a whole lot of offers. The question is, what's top number one? The top number one thing is cash. If I'm a seller and I receive cash, that's always best. Next, after cash, is financing, and that's what we're going to talk about in this this video. There's a lot of different financing options out there. USDA, VA, FHA, conventional. There's a lot of different financing out there. The question is, which one is the most powerful, right? Which one ranks high? We know cash is number one, but over here on the financing side, which financing is better? Which one will help you get your bid in as a real estate agent? Right? FHA, VA, conventional? I don't know, but guess what? Watch this video and we're going to learn. Watch the video and learn the different priorities with financing with my good friend, Mr. Tamara Birch. Thank you. May God bless you. Enjoy the video.
Important. Okay, this is the setting of the expectations is so very important because it's done in twofold. Your loan officer, if they're not doing this, then find somebody who is, whether that's me or somebody else. But your loan officer should be backing you up on this expectation. How many times do you have a customer who says, I want 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, I want this for $200,000, and we all start chuckling. I do. See, look, I'm already chuckling. I can't help it. But setting that expectation of what really is not your and this normally isn't necessarily a lender function, but Luther and I have talked so many times about it. The reason it's become a little bit of a lender function is more just to solidify what you're saying, so you retain that client and they get a realistic expectation of what they're going to buy. What are their needs and what are their wants? And those are not the same thing. So a lot of times, as agents, you call me and I 100% back you up and say you're an amazing agent, number one, and number two, that if you're trying to buy a 5-bedroom, 3-bathroom home in Cobb County for $200,000, it's time for us all to get realistic, right? So setting that expectation. And so I do have that conversation on your behalf of what the real numbers are. The big one I think everybody's here for is this FHA VA buyer. Okay. How can they win? I received 2 FHA contracts yesterday, right? Crazy. When I look at other loan officers, so don't tell them, shh, they are telling me they're getting only 1 contract a month. or they're getting no contracts a month. And I think it's because we're going to pop back up to expectations, but pop back down to FHA VA. So we are setting that as a team because you and I are a team. We're all a team to help our buyer win that bid, right? And we have to do it together. It can't be just, you and then me. It has to be all of us, okay? So how can they win? What can we do? So these are the conversations that I have with them, and then my agents who work with me know we have with them. Number one, this is critical, is they understand the pecking order. The pecking order of there are 10 offers on that home, cash, conventional, FHA, VA, down payment assistance, right? Well, down payment assistance might be tied with VA. So they understand this pecking order and where they are in the pecking order. And we don't discourage them that they're not going to get a home. That is never done. We encourage them to win the bid. Okay, that's what we're doing as a team, encouraging them to win the bid. And so we are sharing facts that other agents, which maybe you picked them up because another agent couldn't get it done for them, right? I just literally closing one tomorrow. She had 3 agents, went to one of my agents, we're closing because we set the proper expectation. Okay, so one of the things we do is we make sure they understand that when you have an FHA VA buyer and the only thing they're doing is, I will repeat that for you again, the only thing they're doing is going to houses that have been on the market for 1 day and there's 20 people outside to get in. That is such an incredible disservice. Incredible, right? Are they going to win that? No. We know they're not. If there's 15 offers, is the FHA buyer going to win against the cash borrower that's all cash, full price? No, they're not. So typically we find cash wins first, conventional wins second, FHA wins third, maybe down payment assistance and VA are tied, right? Unfortunately, I love my veterans. I'm a VA expert, but we get real. Me and VA borrowers, we get very real. We have long conversations. I have 2 VA loans myself. So we get very, very real on that. Okay. So one of the things we do, first up, we set that expectation. The next thing we talk about is looking at homes, which is rare, but they exist. If I pull up homes on the market, I can see them. We look at homes that have been on the market week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Now we know those homes are not the perfect homes, right? They're not the kitchen was just done, or the bathrooms are just done, or it's a pale gray with a bright white trim and they're beautiful, right? We know that. But if you set that expectation on the first day that we are giving a pre-approval, then they have that in the back of their heads. And sometimes I end up having this conversation 2, 3 times with them. And by the time I get to the 3rd time, they remember it. We know our jobs inside out, right? We've been doing it a long time. We sold lots of houses. We know our job. They don't do this every day. So sometimes we might have to remind them nicely 3 or 4 times before it sinks in. So what we do is we have when we show those houses, the agents that are winning these bids, when they show those houses, they walk into the house and they say, look at this home. This home, if we paint this wall a pale gray with really pretty bright white trim down here, and we put in like a very soft gray hardwood, oh my gosh, imagine the lighting in here. Can you see it? Can you see the lighting? This is going to be amazing. Those agents that are giving me contracts and I'm looking at these houses, that's exactly how they're winning. They don't walk in that home and go, oh, look at this pink wall. Oh, look at this green wall. Ah, look at this carpeting. They do not do that at all. They go, okay, it's been on the market 2-3 weeks. This is exciting. This has your square footage. This has your layout you want, but we're going to need to paint it. We're going to need to put some new floor down or new carpet down. You know what? It's been here 3 weeks. Why don't we go close to full price and ask them to pay some closing costs? You can then take that closing cost money that they agreed to pay, which, by the way, I'm closing one next week, is $7,500 in closing costs. You can take that closing cost money and then you can use that to put in the new floors. Wouldn't that be amazing? Oh my gosh, I see the value going up in this thing. Oh my goodness, this is perfect. And that they are stepping outside of how they're selling those buyers, right? We've got the buyer who's got the 20% down, perfect credit, conventional, buying 500,000. You know, that's not this buyer. That's not this buyer. This is our FHA VA down payment assistance buyer, okay? So if you're in an area that's so hot that the home is sold in 24 hours, but there's some that are left behind, they're probably left behind because of the paint schemes. I literally picked one up. Luther and I talked about it. I call it the salmon pink house. It is no longer a salmon pink house. I put in new floors. I painted the outside, and for $8,000, my house has now gone up $70,000 in value. So, but I looked at the salmon pink house and I was the only one bidding on it because it was pink, literally. I'm cracking up laughing, like literally pink. You know, so if you show them that way, you're gonna have a much better opportunity to win the bid, right? The other thing you can do, especially for the VA buyers, okay, especially this, my VA buyers win with this. It's amazing. It's amazing that they win. The VA buyers I have that the agents are not listening to this piece point, they are winning as fast, unfortunately. But what you want to do for your VA buyers is, and it's just being smart, it's just being smart. You want to look at that home and see if there's a flag in the yard. Okay. I live on a street where there's like 6 flags. And what do those 6 homes with those 6 flags have in common? Those homes are all owned by veterans. They are. They are. I was able to get a customer who closed 2 weeks ago, VA, even though there were cash buyers. He was a lieutenant colonel selling the home. He sold that home to my VA customer because he said, I have to help another Navy person because he was a Navy colonel, lieutenant colonel. So they do try to help each other. And that lieutenant colonel would not listen to the listing agent and sold that home to the veteran. So if you walk in a home and you see a shadow box, my husband's shadow box is on the wall, right? It's got the medals in there. It's got his thing for, he's disabled. He's got all that in there. I guarantee you a lot of the veterans have that on their walls. Look for it. So even though there might be multiple bidders, you just write a letter and you say, it's 2 sentences only. You say, when I was serving in the military, this is the home I always dreamed of. Thank you so much for considering my offer. Now, if you see the shadow box as a Navy person and they're a Navy person, when I was serving in the Navy in Norfolk, this was the home I always dreamed of for my family. Thank you for considering my offer. And that's it, nothing else. That Navy person is going to look at that offer and they're seriously going to consider it from one Navy person to another, right? There's nothing wrong with doing that. Those are just a couple of ways your people can win. But those strategies right there for your FHA VA, and I got a secret sauce one coming, but those strategies right there, your people will go under contract. You will get them closed. But I want to stop here for 1 second before I give the secret one. Any questions on what I've said so.
Hello, I'm Luther Ragsdale, broker, CEO of Platinum Real Estate. Thank you for tuning in and watching my last video. Please subscribe and like this channel, and also hit that little bell sign, and you will be informed on all of my next coming up videos and training. I produce about 3 to 4 videos every single week just for you. Don't you dare miss it. Interested in my coaching program? Maybe you would like more information on my products, services, webinars, workshops, boot camps. Visit my website, lutherragsdale.com. Again, workshops, boot camps, webinars, products, materials, books, whatever you need, visit my website right now, lutherragsdale.com. I look forward to seeing you really, really soon, and thank you for subscribing to Luther Ragsdale TV. Thank you, and may God bless you.